The 1980 to 20 pence coin from the United Kingdom marks a significant milestone in British numismatic history, as it represents the first ever introduction of the 2p denomination in the UK decimal coinage system, atomization, which officially began on the 15th of February, 1971, aimed to simplify the British monetary structure. But the 20p coin did not emerge until over a decade later to fill a practical gap between the 10p and 50p denominations. The 1982 20p coin was thus launched to provide greater convenience for everyday transactions, especially as inflation gradually eroded the purchasing power of lower denominations. The coin is crafted from a copper-nickel alloy, composed of 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance, durable structure, and resistance to corrosion. Its distinctive seven-sided heptagonal shape, known as an equilateral curve heptagon, was designed to make the coin easily distinguishable by touch, both the visually impaired and the general public, while also ensuring that the coin rolls evenly in vending machines and coin-operated devices. The obverse of the coin proudly features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by British sculptor Arnold Machen, a widely recognized image that first appeared on UK coinage in 1968 and continued in O's into the mid-1980s. In this portrait, the Queen is depicted facing right, adorned with the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, symbolizing both regal dignity and the continuity of British monarchy. Surrounding her portrait is the Latin legend Elizabeth 2DG Reg FD, abbreviation for Elizabeth II Day, Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, a traditional title dating back centuries, reflecting both her constitutional role and spiritual association as head of the Church of England. The reverse side of the 1982 2p coin was designed by William Gardner, featuring a crowned Tudor rose, one of the most enduring and iconic symbols of England. Tracing its origins to the end of the Wars of the Roses in the late 15th century, when the Red Rose of Lancaster and the White Rose of York were combined to signify unity and peace under the Tudor dynasty. The inclusion of the Tudor rose symbolically connects the coin to themes of national identity, historical heritage, and unity. Above the rose sits St. Edward's crown, representing royal authority and continuity. Appear above the rose along the outer edge, while the year of issue 1982 is placed beneath the floral emblem. The 2p coin, being smaller than many other UK denominations at the time, introduced a lightweight, user-friendly form of currency, making it practical for everyday use in shops, transport, and vending machines. With a mass of 5 grams, a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.7 millimeters, the coin combines functionality with an easily recognizable shape. Notably, the introduction of the 2p coin is part of the Royal Mint's strategic efforts to enhance the decimal currency system without causing confusion or requiring significant adjustments from the public, as the coin's unique size and shape prevented it from being mistaken for other denominations. The 1982 issue holds special interest for collectors, being the first year of issue, often considered more desirable, especially in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition. Furthermore, although not exceedingly rare in circulation, well-preserved examples from 1982 serve as historical reminders of Britain's evolving monetary landscape during the late 20th century, as well as Queen Elizabeth II's long and stable reign, which witnessed remarkable changes in the nation's political, economic, and social fabric. The 2p coin of 1982, with its thoughtful design, practical shape, and historical symbolism, thus stands as both a functional currency and a small but significant artifact of modern British heritage, capturing a moment when tradition, innovation, and national pride converged within the palm of every citizen's hand.
Next up,
the 1983 20p 2p coin from the United Kingdom holds a special place in British numismatic history as part of the nation's modern decimal coinage system, which was introduced in 1971 to replace the centuries-old system of pounds, shillings, and pence. The 2p coin itself was first introduced into circulation in 1982. making the 1983 issue only the second year of its production, and therefore it remains an early and significant example from this decimal era. This coin bears the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting the continuing legacy and stability of her reign during the late 20th century, a time marked by profound economic, social, and political change across the United Kingdom. The obverse front of the coin features the well-recognized effigy of the Queen designed by Arnold McKean, one of the most influential sculptors of his time, whose portrait of the Queen graced UK coinage from 1968 to 1984. This depiction presents Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, symbolizing her role as head of state and her connection to British heritage, while exuding an air of dignity and grace. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription Elizabeth II, DG, Reg FD, 1983, an abbreviated Latin phrase standing for Elizabeth II, Dei Gratia, Regina Fidei Defensor, translating to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This traditional legend underscores the monarch's constitutional role and historical title as both sovereign and protector of the Church of England, a title dating back to Henry VIII. The coin's reverse backside showcases the bold heptagonal, seven-sided design characteristic of the 2OP coin, giving it both a distinctive appearance and tactile identity to assist visually impaired individuals in distinguishing it from other coins. The reverse design, created by the renowned artist William Gardner, features a crowned Tudor rose, one of England's most historic and powerful floral emblems. The Tudor rose symbolizes unity and reconciliation, originating from the union of the houses of York and Lancaster after the Wars of the Roses in the 15th century, thus reflecting themes of peace and national cohesion. Above the rose appears the denomination 20, with the word pence elegantly inscribed below, ensuring clarity for users both domestically and internationally. This reverse design, while simple, embodies the blend of modernity and tradition that characterizes Britain's approach to currency in the late 20th century. The coin itself is struck in a copronical alloy, consisting of 84% copper and 16% nickel, offering durability and resistance to corrosion, essential for circulating coinage. Its specifications include a weight of 5 grams, a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and its distinctive seven-sided, equilateral curve heptagon shape with smooth edges that make the coin instantly recognizable to touch and sight alike. The early 1980s, when this coin circulated, were a transformative period for Britain, marked by political conservatism under Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, economic challenges, rising technological innovation, and debates over Britain's evolving role within Europe, making everyday items like currency a subtle but constant reminder of national identity and continuity amidst change. Though 1983 20p coins were minted in large quantities for general circulation, collectors often seek them out as part of assembling complete decimal coin collections, especially given their association with the early years of the denomination and the Mackin portrait of the Queen, which would soon be replaced by Raphael Makhlouf's newer effigy in 1985. The 1983 2OP coin also reflects Britain's long-standing tradition of blending heraldic symbols with practical currency design, serving both as a medium of exchange and a miniature ambassador of British history and monarchy. As a result, this coin holds value not only for its face worth but as a small but significant artifact representing Britain's rich numismatic heritage. The reign of Elizabeth II and the modern evolution of UK currency, whether encountered in circulation, found in a collection, or kept as a personal memento. The 1983 20-pence coin remains a tangible link to Britain's past, reflecting both the enduring presence of Queen Elizabeth II and the artistry that defines British coinage. Next up, the 1993 20-pence 2OP coin of the United Kingdom, bearing the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, along with the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, stands as an important yet often overlooked piece in the fascinating lineage of British decimal coinage. The abbreviation surrounding the Queen's portrait translates to Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensatrix, a Latin phrase meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This tradition of inscribing Latin titles around the sovereign's effigy on coinage has deep historical roots in Britain, stretching back centuries as a testament to monarchy, heritage, and continuity. The 2OP coin itself was introduced relatively late in the modern decimal system, which came into effect in 1971. Prior to decimalization, Britain used the complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence that evolved over many centuries. The 2OP denomination was proposed to facilitate commerce, providing a convenient intermediate value between the 10p and 50p coins. Its introduction occurred in 1982, and it was the first British coin in circulation that bore a heptagonal or seven-sided shape with a smooth curve known as an equilateral curve heptagon, which allows for easy recognition both visually and by touch, including for people with visual impairments. The 1993 edition of the 20 pence is part of the first-generation 2OP coins, sometimes referred to as part of the Maklov series, due to the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by sculptor Raphael Maklov. This effigy of the Queen, introduced in 1985 and used until 1997, portrays her wearing the George IV state diadem, adorned with diamonds and featuring roses, shamrocks, thistles, the floral symbols of England, Ireland, and Scotland, respectively. Maklov's design was known for its idealized and youthful depiction of the monarch, aiming to blend regality with a timeless, almost ethereal appearance. Reflecting the Queen's enduring reign and public image, turning to the reverse side of the 1993 20p coin, it carries the classic design by William Gardner, which was in use from the coin's inception in 1982 through to the redesign in 2008. Gardner's reverse features the Tudor rose, powerful national symbol of England, representing unity and heritage. The Tudor rose combines the white rose of the House of York and the red rose of the House of Lancaster, symbolic of the resolution of the historic Wars of the Roses. This unifying symbol has been used extensively throughout British art, heraldry, and architecture, making its appearance on coinage a natural continuation of tradition below the rose. The words 20 pence are inscribed, indicating the denomination, while the date 1993 appears at the base of the reverse design. The coin is made from a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it a distinctive silver-like appearance. Durability and corrosion resistance, essential for coins in frequent circulation. The specifications of the coin include a weight of approximately 5 grams, diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and its iconic heptagonal shape with smooth edges, ensuring that even worn examples can still be identified by touch. The year 1993 marked the continuation of stability in British coinage during a period of relative economic adjustment under the leadership of Prime Minister John Major. Following the turbulent early 1990s economic recession, though not associated with a significant political or royal anniversary, coins of this era reflect a nation balancing tradition with modernization as the 20th century drew toward its close. Numismatically, the 1993 20 pence is considered a circulation issue, meaning it was struck in large quantities for everyday use, rather than as a commemorative or proof edition. While standard circulated examples are common and carry minimal collector value in worn condition, uncirculated or proof specimens, especially those found in mint, sets are valued by collectors seeking complete date runs or superior examples of the Maklov portrait. It's important to note that while the 1993 2OP is not rare in general circulation, its historical context makes it significant for understanding the progression of British coinage. The continued use of traditional monarchic titles, the national floral emblem, and the consistent quality of British minting all highlight the Royal Mint's commitment to maintaining heritage while serving practical economic needs. Interestingly, British 2OP coins gained considerable public attention in 2008, when a redesign of the reverse led to the now famous mule error coins, where 2OP pieces were accidentally struck without a date. However, this error occurred much later than the 1993 issue. but has driven renewed interest in the series, encouraging collectors to revisit earlier issues like the 1993 2OP. Finally, the 1993 20-pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II serves as both a functional object of commerce and a symbolic artifact representing the monarchy, national unity, and Britain's continuous evolution. It is a small but meaningful piece of modern British history, encapsulating national identity, royal legacy, and practical design qualities that resonate deeply with coin collectors, historians, and everyday citizens alike. The next top. The 2002 United Kingdom 20-pence 2OP coin, bearing the effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, represents both a practical and historical artifact in modern British coinage, encapsulating decades of monetary evolution, tradition, and national symbolism. Introduced into circulation as part of the decimalization process, the 2OP coin became a crucial component of the UK currency system, serving both the needs of commerce and reflecting national heritage through its design. The 2002 issue continues this legacy with notable precision, artistry, and relevance to the era of early 21st century Britain. Obverse details: the Queen's portrait. The obverse of the 2000 to 20-pence coin features the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the acclaimed sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, FRBS. Initials IRB are subtly engraved at the base of the monarch's neck. This effigy, introduced in 1998, replaced Raphael Makloff's design and aimed to present a more realistic and mature image of the Queen, reflecting both her dignity and advancing years. In this portrait, Queen Elizabeth II is depicted facing right, crowned with the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her most iconic and frequently worn regal headpieces. The depiction captures not only the Queen's profile, but also subtle elements of her attire, embodying the respect and grandeur associated with her long reign. Encircling the portrait is the Latin inscription Elizabeth II, DGREGFD, an abbreviation of Elizabeth II Dei Gratia, Regina Fidei Defensor, translated as Elizabeth II. By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This enduring phrase connects the British monarchy to its historical and constitutional roles, reinforcing the sovereign's divine right, her position as head of state, and her ceremonial title as Defender of the Faith, a title first granted to Henry VIII by Pope Leo X in 1521, and later retained after the English Reformation. Reverse design: the Tudor rose. The reverse of the 2000 to 20-pence coin features a bold and symmetrical depiction of the Tudor rose, a traditional heraldic emblem that symbolizes unity and peace. The design was crafted by William Gardner, a renowned artist and coin designer. The Tudor rose itself is a fusion of the white rose of York and the red rose of Lancaster, emblematic of the end of the Wars of the Roses and the establishment of the Tudor dynasty under Henry VII in 1485. The intricate design places the rose at the coin center, with fine detailing of the petals and leaves, reflecting both botanical accuracy and stylized heraldic tradition. Surrounding the rose are the inscriptions 20 pence at the top of the coin and 2002 positioned at the bottom. This clear denomination and date arrangement reflects modern minting conventions, ensuring the coin is practical for daily transactional use, easily identifiable by touch, sight, and size. Technical specifications: denomination 20 pence 2OP, issuing authority the Royal Mint. United Kingdom, year of issue 2002. Metal composition: copper nickel, 84% copper, 16% nickel diameter, 21.4 millimeters thickness, approximately 1.7 millimeters weight, 5.0 gram shape, equilateral curved heptagon, 7-sided edge, plain smooth. The distinctive heptagonal shape of the 2OP coin not only gives it a tactile and visual uniqueness, but also ensures functionality in vending machines and coin-operated devices, enhancing public convenience. Historical context of the 2002 issue: the year 2002 was significant in the modern history of the United Kingdom. It marked the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, commemorating 50 years since her accession to the throne in 1952, although the standard 2OP coin issued for circulation in 2002 does not explicitly bear commemorative markings for the Jubilee. Its presence in that year's coinage contributes to the wider narrative of national celebration and reflection on the Queen's reign. Throughout 2002, various events across the UK and Commonwealth were held to honor this milestone, including parades, concerts, and ceremonies. Coins such as the 2OP remained in daily circulation, underscoring the enduring connection between the monarchy and everyday life, numismatic and collectible interest for collectors. The 2002 20p coin holds moderate interest, primarily due to its association with the early 2000s and its link to the broader historical moment of the Golden Jubilee. While millions were minted for general circulation, ensuring their accessibility, pristine examples in uncirculated or proof condition retain higher numismatic value. Additionally, full-date sets from 2002, often produced by the Royal Mint, incorporate the 2OP coin alongside other denominations in special presentation packs, although no significant errors or minting varieties are widely known for the standard 2000 to 20p issue. Collectors occasionally seek coins with unique features, such as die clashes, off-center strikes, or minor planchette anomalies, which can elevate a coin's value among specialized numismatic circles. Legacy and modern circulation as of today. The 2002 20p coin remains legal tender throughout the United Kingdom and is commonly found in change, though newer reverse designs introduced in later years, such as the Royal Shield designed by Matthew Dent in 2008, now coexist alongside the classic Tudor Rose variety. Despite this, many of the 2002 coins continue to circulate, serving as everyday reminders of Britain's rich heritage, constitutional monarchy, and the craftsmanship of British coinage. The continued presence of the Tudor Rose on older 2OP coins also reinforces the enduring influence of historical symbolism within British national identity, blending tradition with modern functionality. The next top. The 2003 20p coin of the United Kingdom stands as a small, yet significant piece within modern British numismatics, representing not only currency, but also an evolving symbol of the monarchy and national identity. Issued by the Royal Mint, this coin features on its obverse the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the acclaimed sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, FRBS, whose effigy of the Queen had been introduced in 1998 and remained uncirculating coinage until 2015. This particular portrait is noted for its mature, it's a realistic depiction of the Queen, showing her wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her most frequently worn and instantly recognizable royal adornments. Around the Queen's effigy is inscribed the royal legend, Elizabeth 2D.G.Reg.F.D 2003, an abbreviated Latin phrase translating to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This inscription reflects the monarch's constitutional and religious roles in the United Kingdom, tracing back to centuries-old traditions where rulers were regarded as sovereigns, both by divine right and parliamentary order. The reverse of the 2003 20p coin carries the iconic design by William Gardner, introduced originally in 1982 when the 20p denomination entered circulation. His design features the crowned Tudor Rose, a heraldic emblem symbolizing unity. Drawing from the historical fusion of the houses of York and Lancaster after the Wars of the Roses, the rose is topped by a regal crown, reinforcing the coin's royal association. Around the floral motif runs the denomination 20p, rendered in clear traditional lettering. Unlike many other coins, the 20p is seven-sided with an equilateral curve heptagon shape that provides easy tactile recognition. The unique shape was a hallmark of British coinage innovation in the late 20th century, intended to aid the visually impaired and ensure the coin was easily distinguishable by touch from other denominations, while still being machine compatible for vending and transactional purposes. In terms of physical specifications, the 2003 20p coin is struck in Cooper nickel, comprising 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it a durable silver-like appearance. Resistant to tarnish in daily wear, it weighs precisely 5 grams, has a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and is 1.7 millimeters thick, adhering to the standard dimensions set since the coin's inception. The edge of the coin is plain, without milling or lettering, a characteristic feature of the 2OP piece to maintain its clean, minimalist design aesthetic. Historically, the issuance of the 20-pence coin in 2003 fits within a period of continued modernization of British coinage under Queen Elizabeth II's reign. By that time, the decimal coinage system had been well established, placing pre-decimal pounds, shillings, and pence with a simplified structure introduced in 1971. The 2OP coin, however, was not part of the original decimal series, but was introduced in 1982 to fill the gap between the 10p and 50p denominations, facilitating smoother transactions for small value purchases. By 2003, the coin had become an everyday fixture in the hands of millions, used for everything from parking meters to vending machines, representing a critical component of daily commerce. From a numismatic perspective, the 2003 20p is considered a standard circulation issue with no major rare varieties, errors, or low mintage anomalies reported for that year. Its value in circulated condition remains at face value 20 pence, though uncirculated or proof examples, especially those in pristine condition retained by collectors, may carry slight premiums. The Royal Mint has been known to produce proof sets or collector's editions with specially struck coins, often with higher quality finishes such as brilliant uncirculated or proof strikes, which appeal to numismatists and royal memorabilia enthusiasts alike. The coin also embodies a subtle reflection of the cultural climate of early 21st century Britain. In 2003, the United Kingdom was navigating significant events domestically and internationally. It was a period marked by technological advancement, debates over Britain's role in the European Union, and global discussions surrounding the Iraq War. Coins such as the 20p, quietly circulating in pockets and tills, served as everyday reminders of national identity, tradition, and stability amidst global change. The portrait of Elizabeth II, unaltered yet increasingly revered as her reign progressed into its 5th decade, symbolized continuity, heritage, and the constitutional monarchy's enduring presence. In conclusion, while the 2003 20-pence coin may appear as a modest, everyday object, its design, symbolism, and role within British coinage history render it a meaningful artifact for collectors, historians, and everyday users alike. It encapsulates elements of royal tradition, heraldic, art, numismatic engineering, and societal context, representing much more than its simple face value. Whether part of a curated coin collection, residing in a coin jar, or exchanged countless times in daily life, the 2003 2OP stands as a small but resilient emblem of the modern United Kingdom under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The 2004 20-pence coin from the United Kingdom holds significance not only as part of everyday commerce, but also as a reflection of Britain's ongoing royal and numismatic heritage. This coin represents an important continuation of British decimal coinage, originally introduced in 1971 to simplify the nation's currency system. By 2004, the 20-pence coin had already been in circulation for over 2 decades, having been introduced for the first time in 1982, making it one of the more modern denominations within British coinage at the time. The obverse side, or heads, of the 2004 2OP coin features a portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, accompanied by the Latin inscription Elizabeth II, DG Reg, FD, 2004, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This inscription underscores the deep connection between the British monarchy, its constitutional role, and the nation's historical ties to the Church of England. The use of abbreviated Latin titles on British coins is a tradition dating back centuries, encapsulating both continuity and reverence for heritage. The portrait featured on this coin is the 3rd definitive effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by the renowned sculptor Raphael Maklouf. Maklouf's design was introduced in 1985 and remained in circulation until 1997. But his effigy continued on certain coin denominations like the 20 pence well beyond that period, particularly for coins like the 20p, where reverse designs remained unchanged. Maklouf's portrait depicts the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, an ornate crown adorned with diamonds, pearls, crosses, and floral emblems representing England, Scotland, and Ireland. This diadem is traditionally worn by the monarch for the state opening of Parliament, symbolizing continuity of governance and national unity. Turning to the reverse side, 2004 2OP coin displays the design by William Gardner, featuring a crowned Tudor rose at its center, an emblem that carries deep symbolic meaning in British history. The Tudor rose, often referred to as the Union Rose, merges the white rose of the House of York and the red rose of the House of Lancaster, representing the reconciliation of two rival factions after the Wars of the Roses, which concluded in the late 15th century with the rise of the Tudor dynasty. Its rose is surmounted by a crown, symbolizing both the monarchy and the unity of the British Isles under sovereign rule. The denomination, 20 pence, is inscribed around the floral design, ensuring the coin's value is clearly recognizable. The overall layout, clean yet rich with symbolism, reflects the craftsmanship and cultural reverence typical of British coinage, where artistry and national identity are tightly interwoven. An important aspect of the 2OP coin is its seven-sided shape, technically known as an equilateral curve heptagon. This design innovation ensures the coin maintains a constant diameter across its edges. It's making it easily identifiable by touch and reliable for use in coin-operated machines. The seven-sided form shared with the 5OP coin reflects both practical functionality and aesthetic distinction, setting British coins apart on an international scale. The specifications of the 2004 2OP coin adhere to standard dimensions established for this denomination. Diameter, 21.4 millimeters. Weight, 5.0 grams. Metal composition, copper nickel, comprising 84% copper and 16% nickel. Shape, heptagonal seven-sided. Equilateral curved. In terms of mintage, the 2004 2OP coin was produced in large quantities to meet circulation demands. The 20 pence coin is among the most commonly used small change denominations in the UK. The early 2000s saw consistent production of such coins, reflecting economic activity, population demands, and the necessity for transactional currency in shops, public transport, and vending machines. The year 2004 itself was marked by several significant events in British and global history. Domestically, the United Kingdom remained under the steady reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose leadership by then spanned over half a century. The British economy continued its recovery and modernization. With advances in technology and integration within European and global markets, though the euro had been adopted by many European Union nations by this time, the United Kingdom retained its distinct pound sterling currency, a source of both national pride and practical economic autonomy. The continued issuance of the 20p coin reinforced this monetary independence. The Latin inscription DG Reg FD found on the coin reflects not only the formal titles of the monarch, but also the constitutional monarchy's role within the framework of modern Britain. Despite being a ceremonial figurehead, the Queen's presence on coinage serves as a unifying symbol, embodying tradition, stability, the enduring nature of the British state. From a numismatic perspective, collectors often seek to OP coins for their design, heritage, and historical continuity. The 2004 edition, while not considered rare in general circulation, holds value for those building date-specific sets or studying the evolution of British coinage. Certain mint condition, uncirculated, or proof versions struck specifically for collector sets are more desirable in command premium value within the numismatic community. The broader context of British coins like the 2004 2OP includes discussions of technological innovations in minting, the cultural resonance of historic emblems such as the Tudor rose, and the artistic evolution of the Queen's portraiture across decades. Raphael Maklouf's interpretation. with its slightly idealized features and emphasis on regality, sparked debate upon its introduction, with some praising its elegance and others noting its stylized representation of the monarch. Nonetheless, it remains a definitive element of British coinage from the late 20th and early 21st centuries. In conclusion, the 2004 20-pence coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, encapsulates centuries of British tradition. Historical symbols, like the Tudor rose, practical design for everyday use, and the enduring legacy of monarchy through currency, though it circulates daily in wallets and tills. The coin also serves as a miniature ambassador of British heritage, craftsmanship, and economic continuity in an evolving modern landscape.